Not operating from a sense of logic, but instead operating through your emotions. That is a vehicle for manipulation right there. Why is this important? In many occults and other organizations and religious organizations as well, there's something called love bombing. They love you in the beginning. They tell you how much they care. They try to like wean you in by, creating that environment of family. But once you're no longer operating the way they want you to operate or how they are programming you to operate, now they shun you. They create an emotion. A trauma is created. Once this trauma is created, now they have an opportunity for a spirit to take hold of you. Because now your emotions, your door is open. For occults, once this door is opened, for instance, I'm black. What they want you to focus on in certain places, that blackness, that trauma that comes with blackness. We all know that we've been through slavery. We all know that the oppression that black people tend to face. But now it's in a different level when you enter the course, because now this is a trauma vehicle to use. Certain terminologies, certain words, certain triggers will click in your mind, and automatically you will operate in that programming, if for lack of a better term. So now I have in my mind, I am black. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't function. Now, this is a programming, a sense of program. This is how you operate through the world. Once you're now operating through the world, any trigger words that I use, I know that I am able to manipulate you to do what I want you to do. It's very important not to allow yourself to be manipulated in this way, because that can be a vehicle for things that you don't want. One of the things that, especially from the people in the down south and stuff like that, they'll talk about roots. Somebody put roots on you. Somebody put roots on you means somebody manipulated you, made you give a spirit a legal right to now operate through you, and now that spirit is operating in your vessel using your mind, your will, and your emotion to program you how you operate throughout the day. That is scary. Now, because you are no longer operating out of your logic or who you are as an individual, but now you are operating from the control of that spirit who is being used by a person. That person may have never met you. That person may have never even known you from anywhere. But some wicked person somewhere took an image, took your name, took your likeness, took your essence to someone who is now able to put roots on you because you opened the door. You no longer think like yourself. You no longer operate like yourself. And it's a literal battle to control your own vessel. That by just one door, anger. Somebody that you don't know is now able to control your entire life if you don't shut the door. Remember, this person doesn't know you, but somebody who knew you took something to them. The Bible tells us in Ephesians, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but we wrestle against spiritual wickedness and powers in high places. That's a teaching all in itself. Every country that you go to has spiritual wickedness and powers in high places that are watchers, especially for the children of God. Shut all open doors. Read the word. Renounce every covenant that you may have made that you weren't aware of. Denounce that covenant. Divorce that spirit. bind that spirit and send it out back into the abyss and change from those ways. Once the spirit leaves, the tendency for you to want to continue to do that will still be there. However, you have to be strong and you have to keep programming your mind now out of that state of functioning. That's how you're going to be able to break yourself out of that system. Read the word. Find yourself around people who are like-minded, who are also believers. Find yourself a Bible-believing prayer group. People who could help cover you. People who could see when you're going off road and who could help you find your way back to the path. We're in a state where the church is not where it's supposed to be, as in it's not operating out of the Spirit of God, but now operating from the world spirit, that Antichrist spirit. So I understand, for me it was very difficult to find a church still operating in God's spirit, in Yahweh's spirit. But pray. Prayer is your phone call to God saying, God, I need help outside of my physical ability. That's where the supernatural comes in. And He will guide you. Stay blessed. Have a great day. Bye.